Okay.
Well, we have the ability to have the Zoom meeting, I guess, obviously if someone wants to physically show up, that's fine. I think that the idea of doing things remotely when you have the technology is probably the best bet at this point,
Well, we can,
Yeah.
and we will.
and we will, well, we can proceed with the Zoom, and whoever wants to show up can show up, and that's just the way it is, 'cause that's the way my meetings on Zoom have been, it's not been an empty room.
There have been people there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
some people are there, it's under 10, they're scattered out, and that's how they're doing
All
it.
the people up at Grettinger in the home office,
They were all there.
they were there, you could hear them in the background, you could see them sitting,
It was the
but they were all
same idea.
apart from each
They
other.
were all
Yeah,
the,
so,
yeah,
Mhm.
it was under 10, they were just all over the place.
exactly. So,
So,
do we need a motion? on
yes,
this?
it is. Yeah, well,
We have, Dave, you have a motion in a second?
Yep.
That was the further discussion, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Now, moving on to the discussion on the pay status for non-essential employees, and we actually have a printout in our packet you can read through.
And I did have some for press. Kim, did you get anything?
I did.
No? Did,
This
this is
one.
what's down to us over here. Do you wanna
I'll
grab
grab it.
that and hand that over to him?
How'd those move?
Mhm. My knee hurts today, I don't know why. Yeah.
For the people who are on the phone and for, we tape our meetings so people can see it later, I probably should read this out loud. They don't have the benefit of knowing what it is. In order to provide continuity of operations in Humboldt County due to the COVID-19 issue, the Humboldt County Board of Supervisors authorizes elected officials, department heads, to determine if they want to split their office staff workdays. Non-essential employees would stay home for a week at a time and then switch the next week. Employees will remain in pay status. This directive will be effective March 30, 2020, and will be subject to review after 2 weeks.
Stay home means stay home, not out shopping, playing, running around.
Right.
Okay.
They're on call, I mean, did we put that in there, that if...
We didn't put it in, but we can give them instructions. That way I know Jenna and I and the assessor and the recorder all met last week, and we all agreed those needed to be.
and that,
Yeah,
you
'cause there's
you
something I
feel,
know.
you feel this will help protect your office, to keep it up and running in case someone does come down.
Hoping not everybody is saying, if we're all together and one person gets sick or is in contact, then we're all out. This way it's happened.
Yeah.
So they, that,
Because there's certain things in your office that can't be done online or from home, and so you gotta have people here. So,
Pretty much every department has certain things, isn't it, Peggy, that they cannot do from home?
Yes, exactly.
Now, the ones that are going to be home, is there things that can be sent with them, that they could do, filing, getting things, you know, whatever, I mean, as far as in order or something like that, or?
our treasurer's office, there are manuals and things they can study to catch up on rules and changes, and like the emails that they're gonna be getting, we'll keep them updated on issues that are going on constantly and that sort of thing, but...
Because I do think that if there is something they can do from home, I think they should do it.
I agree with Sandy. Yeah, I mean, the ability they have to do as much as they can.
Right.
And I think Deanna had mentioned that.
You know, updating your procedure manual or something like that, you could take that home with you.
And they would, you said something about emails, they would.
Yes, they will.
They would definitely not be out of the loop.
That's the big part, we don't want someone to not know what's going on when they show up. Right.
So they would-
Good, okay.
Yeah.
And I, again, echo Dave's sentiment that home is home.
Right.
The whole premise of
Their
that,
normal business hours should be
they,
at home, you know, self-isolation at home.
We did talk about that, and
the whole premise of that, to keep them safer.
Well, keep them healthy.
Yeah, healthy. Yes,
keep them
because,
healthy, because
Yeah.
we'll need them if the time arises.
Hopefully not be called back if somebody
does get sick.
get up and have a fever, well, call them back in.
Yep.
Staff and,
Yeah.
they
But
don't
to
work
make
for
sure that
2 weeks or...
disinfects everything, if that does happen, we'll just have
We
to
did
really...
talk about that too, before the next person on Friday. We do it every night anyway, but, do it a little bit better on Fridays before the next group comes.
That's a good idea.
So are we going to be updated as to, I mean, how each office, I don't have a clue how many are in each office, if they're cut in half. Are we making sure that everything that is essential for that week has to be done, so that someone comes in and needs something, we don't have that done yet?
That's the email side of it. We'll stay in touch with those people that are not directly in the office and...
Well, and I guess my question is, we don't know how long this is gonna last. And, you know, we're kind of pulling the plug before we even have anything that's here, and I guess the only reason I'm saying that is because other counties have done it. So it's like we follow suit, but yet I'm still worried that somebody comes in and looking for something and we don't have that done yet. That is kind of a...
That won't be an issue with my office, because everybody does everything. So,
Ours is pretty much the same cross-train, but there's, you know, specialty situations you don't know, but that's why I told the girls, you have your phone and you have your email, so we can get a hold of you and get those things ironed out timely.
Well, for like our drainage in here, do we have, I mean, what could Trish go home?
Yeah, 'cause, well, drainage, no offense, it isn't like time sensitive quite as much as some of these other things are for real estate deals and
They're more seasonal.
more seasonal things.
we have board review coming up.
Yeah,
Is there things Trish can do from home when it is her week for drainage?
All depends, we're getting some stuff ready for elections right now, I think we'll have that done this week. But until we start getting absentee requests in, it'll be a little quiet for a while, so.
And we got all of our levies stuff taken care of for the spring, so,
March levies are out.
yeah, so we don't
have any till
we don't have any
September.
big projects that, I guess that's my only concern, that someone
If something
comes
gets,
in and,
well, yeah, we dropped the
we
ball,
dropped
and
the
now you got
ball and
another
it's
6 months
costing
worth
me
of
interest.
interest for 6 months, yeah.
you know,
'Cause
that's,
that can turn into huge dollars. But I think all the levies are out for the projects that are done.
And we'll definitely know, 'cause Rick Hopper calls and talks to Trish all the time, and, you know, we'll have access for them to their emails, so that's not an issue.
Yeah, probably the only one that hasn't been levied out is DD 18. It is being finished up now,
well,
so.
Okay, well, I'll make the motion.
Pardon?
what?
Do we let them go with pay or without pay?
I don't think you,
It's-
Paid,
yeah, you-
paid status.
It's, because they're paid. Okay, I'll make the motion to accept the, what are we calling it? Status for non-essential employees.
I'll second it.
Okay, and just in case you're wondering who essential employees are, you know, we're all essential in some point
Right.
or another. But our Department of Public Health defines essential employees, healthcare workers, law enforcement, fire and EMS, long-term care personnel, residential support and facility personnel, and public health and emergency management.
Was that from that email that we got from?
This one was from our Department of Public Health.
Oh, okay. Michelle Slater just sent an email late last night on some different things. And that was one of the things.
so if, when this gets down on Main Street, Dean's gonna come back and say, all of my jailers are essential.
Mhm.
So, do they get time and a half? You know as well as I
No.
do, somebody, well, I'm just
That's
telling
why-
you,
that
that's what he's
was-
gonna say.
Stated
Well,
non-essential, those are considered essential.
Yep.
Does not
Just
apply.
put them in your,
Pete?
Just that, Ben?
Yes, sir?
That's my same question too, I know my guys are gonna ask. as needs. If they're considered essential employees, I think it's time and a half, how do I handle that?
They are considered essential employees, so this does not apply to them.
Well, I consider them essential employees too. For the most part, we are isolated, everybody's in a dump truck or a blade when the weather spits, is when we get consecutive rain days, that, you end up with people kind of milling about in the shops. So do I send them home on rain days when everybody's in the shop, kind of congregating together?
Those shops are plenty big enough, they could keep 30 feet between employees and still get oils changed, sweep floors. You just tell them to keep apart and do their job.
I'm guessing that most of the oil and that service stuff could probably be maintained and keep them busy for several days maybe.
That's kind of what we've been doing. About the only job that takes these people is when they change blades.
Yeah.
Well, we're done hopefully with that.
Yeah.
Like I say, we're not social isolation, we're just doing the best we can. And these departments up here are essential for the community to keep functioning, for real estate business, recorders, taxes coming in, they need to be running. And if we do get a case in the office, by law, everybody has to go home. So that would shut it down for 2 weeks, and we can't afford that. So we're doing what we have to do. It's not gonna be a fair world for a while. That's what I've told my kids all their lives, get used to it, life ain't fair. So suck it up and do your job.
Yep.
Basically, that's what it means. And, everybody's gotta do that, be good to your neighbors, do your job, go home and be happy,
I agree.
so.
I agree. I just wanted clarification while I had all of you guys.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Try to keep themselves separated in the office or rain days and,
I think that goes back to our list. If we have a list of stuff that needs to get done, maybe we can pick up some of the stuff that we aren't getting done.
Good point.
go through the shops, get rid of stuff that you don't use anymore, or have them organize stuff. That's what my wife's making me do on rain days, so.
Yeah. Like I said, when the weather's good, we got plenty to do.
Yep.
Yeah. And I don't like it either, but I suck it up and do it.
There you go. Took your own advice, didn't you?
Yeah.
We have first and second on that?
Yep.
Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
Thank you.
Okay, on another different note, because I'm just going down the list, we have the approved Class C liquor license with outdoor service and Sunday sales for the Humboldt Country Club.
Everything is in order, the dram shop is approved.
That's just a yearly thing for them?
Yes.
Motion to approve liquor license for the country club.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Now, we have the discussion and possible approval agreement by and among the city of Humboldt, county of Humboldt, and the Humboldt Community
And I
School
believe
District.
Travis is out in the hallway.
I was gonna say, I was hoping he was coming in and talk to us.
Let's see, we have that too here.
I'll go get it.
And you have this resolution 2020-9. Nope, excuse me, where's that at? Ah, right here. Agreement by and among.
Travis, are you on the phone? Travis? No, he's not. I thought he was coming up, but I do not see him in the hall.
This is an extension on a TIF that's already in place evidently.
I just signed that one somewhere
time.
So do you know anything about this, Peggy, or do we need to
I do not.
try to put him on the phone, or?
Yeah, I'd like to visit with Travis about this to get a little more clarification on what this is.
Okay.
I'm sure that what it is, it's a TIF agreement we agreed to earlier, and they're wanting to extend it.
Oh,
How to do
okay.
that?
I'm trying to figure out how to do that when we've already got
Do
it.
you want me to try, I've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just call him on his cell phone, see if he can
Oh,
challenges.
phones are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I had him on, I don't. I thought for sure I had him on here.
I think I've got his cell, or I know City Hall's number.
Yeah,
I wonder
City
if I
Hall
lost
is
it. Oh,
34,
maybe.
35.
Okay, okay. Oh, come
I think.
on. 2, what was it again?
3435.
3435, okay.
3435, because when I call and get a haircut, it's 3234. Sometimes I call City Hall just for a haircut.
Yeah,
Have you already got one now?
No.
Okay.
Hey, Krista, this is Sandy Loney, Humboldt County Supervisor. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. We're looking for Travis. Is he around?
He is, yep, just one moment.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Travis. You've got the supervisors and you're on speakerphone.
Gotcha, how we doing?
Good.
Good. So, you're to, my agenda item, I'm assuming?
Yes, we are, and we're wondering,
Okay. So, what this is, a typical housing TIF situation with an urban renewal plan. It's a typical one's only 10 years long. However, whoever identifies the urban renewal area is allowed to extend that to 15 years if it's agreed upon by the other two entities. In this instance, it's the county and the school district. And so, this area proposed for development is on 15th Street North, and it would be on the west side to the south and west of Lake Erie. It's an area currently owned by Jeff and Karen Birdie, and they intend on developing a series of duplexes, 16 by-attached units, so 8 buildings, in the first phase. And that's the only area that'll be included in this urban renewal plan at this time. The council is set to act on, honestly, every aspect of this housing subdivision, preliminary plat, or excuse me, final plat, the urban renewal plan, the development agreement, every bit of it on our April 6th meeting. However, if the county supervisors don't agree to the 15-year term versus the 10-year, then that development agreement goes away. If that's the case, I don't think the housing subdivision happens, because quite honestly, I don't think it pencils out on a 10-year. I think it has to be a 15-year.
yeah, that was my question. I was wondering why you were having to extend it, if it's due to the cost and...
Right. So, with PIF, what we will do as part of this development agreement is rebate back to Jeff and Karen the cost of the infrastructure only. So, and that's only on the additional increment of taxable valuation they build. So, whatever is being paid on just the land out there now will continue to be paid and distributed, which is essentially nothing, because it's just the land value.
Yeah, it's ag land now, isn't it?
Yep. And then, so during this time, this 15-year period, the debt service of everyone, the school's Pebble levy, those continue to be paid. So it's not, that portion still goes to the taxing entities if you have debt service. It's just the other portions of tax revenues are allocated to rebate back to Jeff and Karen until the cost of their infrastructure is repaid, and then the taxes go out to everyone.
Okay, is that I got a question for you, Travis. Is that the initial cost of the infrastructure, or does that cover their interest costs and all their expenses and?
It cannot cover interest longer than 6 months. That is by state code.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so I've sat through a lot of this TIF stuff, so basically it's the same as a 10-year TIF, just that we're extending it out to 15 years to make it pencil due to the cost of the infrastructure and the amount of development that's there. You know, if they had more development going on, it might pencil, but,
Or if the value of the homes were
higher price.
significantly higher.
Yeah, 'cause
Correct.
these are gonna be, lower end, duplex things.
Well, I
that
wouldn't
people
call
can
them
afford.
lower end.
Well, I shouldn't say lower end, but they're not gonna be the $400,000-500,000 duplexes, or?
Correct. And so if you had a higher value, if you were running the $500,000 plus range, you're right, you don't necessarily need that. However, these are more affordable, more moderate priced duplexes, and so you need to extend that out to be able to recover that cost.
Do they have a value set on them?
I believe it's around $250, around that price point, maybe $275.
Okay. And are these duplexes gonna be leased or sold?
The intention is to sell them. They should be owner occupied.
Owner occupied,
No.
okay.
We don't have the ability to restrict, if hypothetically, Rick, you buy one and then
Yeah.
you turn around, rent it out,
That's right.
don't really have that restriction, but, the intentions are to be owner occupied.
All right.
Travis, is all the inner structure gonna be done? I mean, it isn't gonna be like West River Drive where we don't have all the streets and whatnot?
That is exactly a discussion that we've had.
That's why I'm asking it.
Yep, absolutely. So as part of the final plat acceptance on the city, we will require essentially I don't want to call it a performance bond, but we're looking at other options of irrevocable letter of credit. There will be some form of guarantee that should Jeff and Karen not follow through on all of the infrastructure as part of the final plat, the city will have funds from them to pay to finish the infrastructure.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Every time I drive up that gravel road,
You think about
I
that.
think about that.
I know, as a matter of fact, so do I, but I don't even...
Well, thank you, Travis, for explaining it to us.
Yep.
Do you know the city or the schools? Have you had your conversations with them yet?
I've had it with the interim superintendent, I am set to talk with them next week.
Okay. Got any other questions from the board? All right, thank you, Travis, for the info.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Sandy.
We owe you a couple.
Got some data points.
Hey, did you see where Verizon is giving you like extra...
Yeah, US Cellular, so they're
Are
giving
they
it free.
cellular too? Yeah,
And if you
free.
can't run over, so.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's, the good news is if they do this, and it's all put in place, so that it'll be funded if it doesn't get completed.
Yeah.
Unlike out at West River Drive, where all the streets are platted, but they just...
And our current taxable income that comes in stays the same for 15 years until the TIF expires, and then it goes back into the general fund after that. So, this is how projects get done, and this is what TIF was designed for. It wasn't designed to build shopping centers and things like that. So it was
Urban renewal.
It's made designed to provide infrastructures for these projects, because if you didn't have it, things wouldn't get done.
So if you are unfamiliar, it's the field directly west of LaGuardia, there where that big house was.
Yeah.
That she moved down by the,
Yeah.
so it's that
Starting on the south end of the
big
field.
area on the backside of our drainage ditch that
Yeah.
goes down the fairway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just directly across from where you have
Yep.
the plant, yep.
Yeah, and then south down against the existing
Yeah.
development that's there.
Mrs. Lee's property is right.
What's that?
I said, no trees right there.
No, there
True,
isn't, no.
Give them a nail.
They farm it, still
Yeah.
farm.
So theoretically, county tax income wise, we're not.
We're not gonna change.
We're not, yeah.
No.
It's just that they
get the improvements.
15 years before
Yes.
that becomes whatever it becomes to get the taxes on it.
Yeah, the assessed taxes will go to pay for that infrastructure from the improvements that are there
For 15 years.
for 15 years, or until the project is paid for. And then once it's paid for, then it
Is that the
reverts.
stipulation on TIF things, that it doesn't have to go out for the full 15 years?
I believe so. But the thing is, once it's done, that's the only place that money can go, is to pay off that project. So, and what they do is they basically get the project done, divide the cost by 15 years, and...
So it's probably gonna be 15 years.
Mhm.
So, is this essentially that they're just asking for 15 versus 10?
10, just an extension. They wouldn't have to ask us if it was a 10-year, but it doesn't pencil doing a 10-year, so they gotta, kinda like if you bought...
15 the tops that you can go,
I don't know, man.
evidently.
I don't know.
Normally 10, but so, if you said it was 10-year normal agreement, it would be just, the city would be doing it, and they wouldn't have to...
Yeah, they wouldn't have to ask questions, wouldn't have to ask our permission, basically.
That's why I just wanted to clarify, that's what I was thinking, you answered, that's clarification, so we can move forward with the, or you wanna proceed?
Oh, where's my agenda?
So all they're
Okay.
asking,
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the agreement with the city of Humboldt, the county of Humboldt, and the Humboldt Community School District on the TIF extension
from 10 to 15.
I'll second.
from 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, the sunset clause will be at 15 years from
Yeah.
when it's up this time, right?
Right.
Mhm. Yep.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. All right, looks like I have to sign this right now.
Yes, but we better have it at the notary in here when you do, so we'll do that after the meeting.
Perfect, perfect. All right, committee reports.
I guess I'm in the first year. Unless you wanna,
No, go ahead, Bruce. Gives me a
I'm
chance
trying
to
to-
remember stuff.
make sure I better get my date. All right, on Tuesday night, we had our UDMO meeting on Zoom. On on Thursday, the 26th, we did our phone conference with CFR meeting. And I was just got an email or a text here from Becky upstairs, and evidently they have changed a couple of things. Food pantry is now going to 1 day a week with extended hours. Thursday from 9 to 3, people will not be allowed inside. They are bagging the food and taking out to their vehicles. So, again, Thursday only. Yesterday I drove around, did a couple of, looks at a couple of ditches that I gotta get a hold of Ben, and a couple of intakes that look like they're trucking dirt, so. That was all mine.
I actually had no meetings this week, they all were postponed, canceled. I did get a letter back from the DNR that they did accept our request to reduce our sampling out at the landfill, so that was good
That's
news.
good.
So, that was nice, of course, it don't start till next year, but, it's good, at least that'll help reduce our cost on that, so, that's all I had.
Okay, I had a lot of conference calls. I think I got my dates mixed up on this one, but on the 24th, I did a, national conference call on COVID-19 with NACO. The 25th was the White House update on COVID-19. And then the 26th was another, COVID-19 update, with the new legislation, what it was gonna handle. And then, I forgot, on the 25th, I also had a conference call with county social services.
That's it.
Some of the days it's run together.
6, was that White House or NACO? Or-
NACO, that was NACO. They were informing us on what the new bill that they...
All of mine were canceled, and all of them this week are canceled.
Sandy, thank you for listening in on those.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, if there's anything we don't know, I know you'll send out an email.
Right.
Appreciate that.
I will do that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Last Monday, the 23rd, that afternoon, I had a decategorization teleconference meeting. That went actually pretty well. And then on Wednesday, the 25th, that morning, is we had the executive EMA committee met with who we just temporarily hired, Kerry McCarthy, down at the EOC. That was my 2 get-togethers last week.
I also called up Mike Lawson out in Illinois on the DNR question about the Rutland Dam.
Oh, yeah.
And we visited for quite some time on Saturday morning
Well, that landowner.
about the land, it's Mom and Dad's land, and that we have no control over the flow of the river, that you're gonna have to get a hold of the DNR,
Mhm.
so. I said, if you have any other questions, I said all of our emails and stuff are on the website, so you can get a hold of us, so he has my number.
With all this fun stuff going on, do you have anything additional?
No, we don't.
Thanks for your diligent work on everything, and specifically the Zoom meeting, but I think that will work fine.
This will, yeah, we'll get more comfortable as we go along. The first time's always
Yeah,
bumpiest, to
it
make
is.
sure that you got everything connected right.
Do we have to download a Zoom program in order to get onto it, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you've already done that, right?
I have on my side, yes.
I mean, on our computer, we do it on...
No, you don't.
If you get the link,
Okay.
Yeah.
You get the link sent to
Send
you.
us the link to Donovan and I too, that would be helpful.
You bet.
No, we can't do that, can't, we aren't, Put that in the front page, Peggy refused, not those.
really, the only reason you would need to download it is if you want to initiate a Zoom
Yes,
meeting.
if you want to do it with someone else.
So if I have it, you know, on my computer, and I wanna do a Zoom meeting with you, then I will send you, because I have your email, I will send to Dave Lee this, and I'll put the time and all that, and then you will click on that,
Yeah, and it just pops right up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
It is.
yeah.
Mhm.
It can't, also, Becky just sent this message that said, next week they're trying to coordinate a food pantry, food drive for the Shag the Drag people that are out terrorizing Main Street, so they're gonna try to do it in front of one of the buildings, for people that are out driving around, if they would grab something for
There's a lot of
food
people
pantry.
there, Fred, it was like American graffiti, you know?
Well, there are people that drive around.
And I played the old part, about an hour after it was over, my wife says, we should've went and shagged the drag. Okay, it's a little late now, but...
Yeah.
I didn't even know about it. I was pretty much unplugged,
Yeah.
Anything else?
They make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.